Emily sat quietly in her wheelchair in the middle of the living room, her eyes lowered as if she could not see a thing. Around her were the people she had secretly called for this very moment. Daniel's mother, his sisters, his brothers, Emily's own mother and sister, and the house help. Nobody knew what Emily was about to reveal. For months, Emily had pretended to be blind. But there was one person who knew the truth, her house help. Emily had warned her, quote, "On no account must you tell anybody that I can see. This secret must remain between the two of us." And the house help had agreed. Then the front door opened. Daniel walked into the living room with the woman he secretly wanted to marry. His girlfriend. Daniel looked at Emily sitting helplessly in the wheelchair and smiled. Believing his secret was completely safe, he had no idea that Emily could see him. Emily slowly lifted her head. Then she looked directly at Daniel. "Do you still believe I cannot see?" Daniel froze. His girlfriend immediately stepped backwards, her face filled with fear. Emily smiled. "My darling husband, you thought I was actually blind?" She looked from Daniel to the woman beside him. "I wasn't." Then she revealed the conversation she had overheard, the plan to take her documents and her company's documents so they could leave the country and build a new life together. Daniel's face turned pale. "What is wrong with you? What do you mean you're not blind? The doctor personally told me that you couldn't see." Emily laughed. "Oh, Daniel, you really believed him?" She looked toward the house help. "Turn on the television." The house help immediately walked toward the TV and switched it on. Everyone in the room turned toward the screen. Emily looked at Daniel again. "Everyone is going to see what you and this woman have been doing in my house." Daniel stood speechless. Then Daniel suddenly remembered something. "The doctor knew." Emily smiled. "Yes, I was the one who told him to tell you I was blind, and he agreed to play along with me." Daniel stared at her. "So all those hospital visits?" Emily interrupted him. "Exactly. You thought I was going there because I couldn't see?" She smiled. "I was sitting in that hospital using my phone, running my company while you were busy believing your own lie." Daniel couldn't speak. Emily leaned forward in her wheelchair. "And you thought my PA was the one controlling my money?" She shook her head. "My PA doesn't have access to my account. I operate my accounts myself." Daniel's face completely changed. Because suddenly, he understood, the woman he thought he had deceived had been watching him the entire time. Grace walked to the TV and switched it on. The screen suddenly came alive. Everyone went silent. There, right before their eyes, was Daniel lying on a bed with Jessica. The room became completely quiet. Daniel's mother covered her mouth in disbelief. His sisters stared at the television, unable to believe what they were seeing. Emily's mother shook her head in disappointment. Emily remained seated in her wheelchair, watching everything calmly. Daniel slowly dropped to his knees. He covered his face with both hands, completely ashamed. "Emily, please, I'm sorry." Jessica immediately started crying. "Please forgive me. I made a terrible mistake. I shouldn't have listened to him." But Emily looked at both of them with tears in her eyes. Not tears of weakness, tears of betrayal. "You know what hurts me the most?" Emily said. "I trusted you, Daniel. I gave you my home. I gave you my heart. I treated you like the man who would protect everything my father left for me." She paused. "But while I was pretending not to see, you were busy showing me exactly who you really were." Daniel lowered his head. Emily turned toward Jessica. "And you came into my home thinking you were coming to take everything I worked for." Then she looked directly at Daniel. "And you desperate fool, you wanted to reap where you did not sow. You wanted to take what belongs to me so badly that you forgot one thing." Daniel slowly raised his face. Emily continued, "You forgot that a woman can be quiet without being foolish?" Daniel's mother began crying. "My son, what have you done?" His own family could no longer defend him. Jessica knelt down beside Daniel, begging Emily for forgiveness. But Emily had already made up her mind. She reached for her phone. Daniel looked up in fear. "Whew! Emily, please. What are you doing? Emily looked at him calmly. Whew, calling the police. The sound of police sirens soon filled the street. 2 police officers entered the mansion. Daniel immediately stood up, begging them to listen. But Emily handed the officers her phone and the evidence she had gathered. The officers took Daniel and Jessica away while the entire family watched in silence. Emily remained in her wheelchair, finally free from the man who had tried to destroy her. And as the police car disappeared through the gate, Emily whispered, "Sometimes, the best way to see someone's true face is to let them believe you cannot see at all."